we want to say a huge thank you to MCW community member Stephen Truelove for his support on Patreon. Welcome to Man Cove Wellbeing, and today we share a blog from mental health coach Sam Neffendorf on self-esteem, with the 6 areas of your life to focus on to raise your self-esteem. Please read the disclaimer before watching. This can be found in the description of the video on YouTube. The disclaimer also covers the intention of the video and where we source the information, audio and footage for this production. The videos on this channel and its content are not a substitute for the support and guidance of a qualified health professional. No one featured in the video is an affiliate of MCW. We share others' content, and what you watch here does not reflect the views of this channel as a whole. If you have any content that you could share with us so we can create a video, please do get in touch. We want to thank all our patrons for their support. The work we do here at Man Cove Wellbeing is just not possible without your contributions. Thank you. Please watch and listen with care. The content of this video and audio may be triggering or may make you feel uncomfortable. Please press the stop button and return to the video when you feel ready. Always put yourself first and seek the guidance of a health professional. Thank you. Let's explore what true self-esteem is. Why is it so important in your life? And the 6 areas of life to focus on if you want to raise your self-esteem. I help people to overcome anxiety and self-defeat by developing the self-esteem, confidence and discipline to fulfill their deepest needs and live a thriving life that they love. Of all of these, I believe that self-esteem is the most important, and here's why. I've worked with over 1,000 people over the last 8 years, and in every case, the ones that continue to have good results are the ones who have been able to look past the symptom, whether that's a health issue, relationship problems, not being able to make any money, and have addressed the core element of self-esteem. Self-esteem means different things to different people. So, this is the definition that I use, which I've taken from the excellent work of Nathaniel Branden, the 6 pillars of self-esteem. Self-esteem is more than just self-worth. Self-esteem is a disposition to experience oneself as competent to cope with the basic challenges of life and be worthy of happiness. It consists of 2 parts. Self-efficacy, the confidence and ability to learn and do what we need to do to achieve our goals, along with the expectation of success. Self-respect, feeling worthy of a happy life and able to have it. Self-esteem is a self-fulfilling prophecy, either to the virtuous or the vicious spiral. Low self-esteem leads you to feel that you can't achieve. This affects your actions, leading to failure, followed by you taking the failure badly. More evidence that things aren't going to or ever work out. With high self-esteem, failure is not an issue. It's feedback, something that can be addressed. Let's say you get a promotion or a new job. Instead of being excited, you stop panicking, overwhelmed by the responsibility and new tasks that you have to do. This leads to procrastination. Soon, imposter syndrome comes along, and eventually self-sabotage causes you to lose your job. This gives you all the evidence that you need to maintain the pattern. And how about relationships? You might have a pattern of going for unhealthy and unhappy relationships to subconsciously prove yourself right. Even staying in these unhappy relationships, as they provide you with the evidence that your low self-esteem needs to continue the downward spiral. Or maybe you meet someone who generally loves you. However, as you can't love yourself, you end up wondering how someone could possibly love the unlovable you, so you reject them as being unfit in some way. The same goes for health, making money, social interactions and friendships, addictions and escapism, every area of life. In every area that you perceive yourself to be lacking, if the core belief is about not being enough, it will be a never-ending project. This is why self-esteem is the linchpin of a happy and fulfilling life. If you are coming from a place of true self-esteem, then your motivations for taking action are largely about experiencing happiness, living in line with your values, rather than avoiding suffering at all costs. The thing about self-esteem is that it's not just something that you can have, at least not this healthy, real version of self-esteem. You have to develop it over time through the evidence that you can demonstrate to yourself. The 6 pillars of self-esteem. I mentioned Nathaniel Branden's book, The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem, earlier. and I really resonate with the 6 areas of life that you need to practice and take action in if you want to build self-esteem. I love this as it provides an amazing framework to uncover the limiting beliefs and emotional blocks that might be preventing you from raising your self-esteem through taking what might be called virtuous actions and the positive physiological feedback loop that it creates. The 6 pillars are: living consciously. Essentially, this means making active versus passive choices and facing reality rather than engaging in escapism. Every choice you make is either conscious or habitual. Over time, these build your reputation with yourself and will then either make it easier or harder to make conscious decisions. This doesn't mean that you have to be on it every moment. Sometimes zoning out, relaxing, or getting lost in escapism is a good choice. For example, watching a movie. It's all about context. Self-acceptance. This is a term that is bandied about a lot in personal development circles. It isn't just accepting that whatever decision you make is great. There are 3 aspects to this, which are: 1. Being on your own side, not being your own enemy. 2. Fully acknowledging and experiencing yourself, not giving anyone or anything agency over you. For example, saying that wasn't me over some behavior or another. It doesn't mean that you have to like everything that you do. In fact, it's the opposite. It's true self-ownership and gives you a foundation for change. 3. Being compassionate to yourself. Treat yourself as if you are a true friend. No denial or lying to yourself. Accept and embrace the truth of how you are feeling. Self-responsibility. Taking 100% responsibility for your life and well-being. Whatever has happened in the past, only you have the responsibility to achieve fulfillment in your life. No one else has to accept you or fulfill your needs. Self-assertiveness. Taking the action to be out there in the world and live true to yourself. If you are walking on eggshells, terrified of judgments of others, fearful of the repercussions of putting yourself out there, then you are likely to end up living a second-hand life, at the beck and call of others' beliefs and decisions rather than your own. This is all about being true to your own values and then doing what you can to move towards them in reality. Betraying yourself and people-pleasing are the nemesis of this pillar. Living purposefully. Using your power to obtain objectives that fulfill your values. Being proactive rather than reactive in your choices. Responding intelligently to feedback as you progress, rather than just forging on blindly. Altering your objectives and actions to take as your life and values evolve. Having the self-discipline to have a plan and stick to it. Personal integrity. This is about staying true to yourself. What do you do when no one else is watching you? One of the biggest excuses for most people to slack off and fall back into unconscious habits is when they are left on their own. However, if this entails breaking a promise to yourself, you will always know, and this will make a big dent in your self-esteem over time. Don't escape into the mental fog when going gets tough. Stick to your guns. All of these are both expressions of good self-esteem and also generate good self-esteem. So try engaging with the virtuous cycle and see how your life changes. So there we have it, Sam Neffendorf's guide to raising your self-esteem, featuring the 6 pillars of self-esteem from Nathaniel Branden. You can find out more about Sam's work at the links in the description and also links to Nathaniel Branden's work. Head over to Sam's website eftnow.co.uk. Thank you for watching, and if you're seeking support with your emotional and mental health, please contact one of the helplines listed in the description of this video on YouTube. We hope this was useful, and if you'd like to see more videos like this one and even provide your own content, please subscribe and contact us at the links below. Why not join the MCW community and support our mission by becoming a patron today? With a host of benefits, exclusive access to patron-only content, and helping us make the change. We want to thank all the patrons listed above for their support. We also want to thank the wellness experts, practitioners and advocates who share their content with us. That's all from us today, and we'll see you soon.